Hi everybody, I've got a bit of a curiosity to share with you today. Now, this might look a little bit familiar, and it should because it's Chernarus. But it's not the Chernarus that we know in DayZ now. This is the Chernarus from Arma 2 and the DayZ mod from way back in the day. But it's kind of even more esoteric than that because we're actually in the Take on Helicopters game from Bohemia Interactive, which came out back in 2011, I think. And we're also actually in the Hind DLC for that as well, because I'm sitting in this Soviet era Hind helicopter. And Take on Helicopters for PC, goes on sale every now and again, and you can get it really cheap. At the moment, you can get it ridiculously cheap. What is it? It's if you buy the bundle where you get Take on Hinds as well, it's £3.19. And if you already own Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead, you also get something called a free DLC called Take on Helicopters Rearmed. And so there's lots of different missions you can do. I mean, the main part of Take on Helicopters is you fly around Seattle doing various missions. Now, I haven't really had a go at that because, I'm really into DayZ, but I really like the idea of flying around in a Hind, because I think if they bring helicopters to official DayZ, I think one of the helicopters they should bring, well, most of them should be Soviet-era sort of equipment like the Hind. So what we're going to try and do in this video is we're going to try and take off at Chernarus and then try and make our way down the coast, sort of fly past the Electro and Cherno, and we're going to see if we can land at Balota airfield down here. I don't have much hope because I've crashed several times trying to do this sort of thing, but it might be quite fun. And it's kind of going back in time to the old days of DayZ, but these models look pretty cool, don't they? I mean, it's running reasonably well. I'm getting about 46 frames a second, 1080p. So it doesn't run brilliantly on my gaming PC, but it runs smooth enough. So now let's see if we can get this bird off the ground. I do have a gunner in the front. I don't think you can quite see him, but we won't have any targets that we can take on in this. So let's have a look. So Q takes us up. Here we go. We can take off without crashing her. There we go. And then Control L puts our gear up. There we go. And then C turns us around a little bit. Ooh, we better get a bit more height. Go on, get up. Let's go first person. And then let's do a nice sweeping bank round to the right. What I've played around a little bit flying some various helicopters. What I think is really cool about the models, the helicopters, the flight models in this, is that they have like this shake. So you're flying along, and every now and again you go as the kind of the whole helicopter kind of shakes. And you could imagine, that's what these sort of helicopters would do, wouldn't it? They'd be a bit janky. The other thing that I think is really cool is that if you've watched any sort of footage from the war with Russia, with the Ukrainians and the Russians fighting, and you see inside the Russian helicopters and the Ukrainian ones, they have these little fans in there, and the kind of the equipment kind of looks a little bit like that. How cool is this? I can get my front guy to fire, but I'm not dead sure. I think we can even swap seats, but let's see if we can get a little bit lower. How cool. This is really, really cool. Unfortunately, this is only on PC, not on console, but I think if you're a bit of a DayZ completionist or an Arma completionist, this should probably go. There we go, we're getting the kind of judder there on your list of stuff. Now, I know you can do this really in Arma 2, probably with just models and things, and you can fly around Arma Chernarus in Arma 2, no problem at all. But these Hinds are really cool, aren't they? See if we can get down a little bit lower. I'm a bit nervous about crashing though, because I've crashed so many times. small adjustments. Gosh, we've run along this road so many times, haven't we? Ooh, we're coming down pretty fast. It definitely feels more like a simulator than the ordinary helicopters do. Ooh, we are coming down really fast. Ooh. We're going up fast now. That's Electro, I think, isn't it? Let's check the map. Where are we? Yeah, we just passed over Electro. But I tell you what, should we go and have a look at the castle over there first? We're going to need to gain a little bit more altitude. In fact, I tell you what we'll do. We'll fly past the castle over here. Then we'll go and visit Green Mountain. And then we'll fly back to Balota Airfield. We're definitely hitting a lot of turbulence, aren't we? I think that's Green Mountain in the distance. How cool. Oh, that looks cool, doesn't it? Look at that. Oh, that looks amazing. Okay, let's bank around now. Just keep an eye on our vertical speed, because we can drop pretty fast. Chernarus is such an amazing map, isn't it? Even this, version of it from back in 2011. So much love went into creating this, didn't it? That looks so good. Ooh. Right, okay, so now we need to swing back towards Balota. Right, there's the airfield there, I think. Oh, we're coming down a bit fast. Really does start to drop if you're not careful. Probably want to start bleeding off some speed as well. Okay. Let's go to third person. So Control L brings our gear down. Let's throttle back a bit. Okay, I think we're going to overshoot the runway. Take her down slowly. I'm going a bit too fast. Tell you what, let's put auto hover on. And we can just concentrate on the throttle. Nice and slowly. Oh, don't know. No, where are we taking off again? Throttle down. There we go. I think... yeah, we can get out. Now, I don't know if you can get back in again. There we go. How cool was that? So, obviously this is Arma 2, isn't it? You know, you can tell. But look at that cool model. So there we go. So if you fancy a little bit of... it's not really just DayZ trivia, is it? This is... no, it is its own game. It's very old. There's a few errors in it. When you load it up, it tries to load in some textures and various things off websites that don't exist anymore. But I'm looking forward to playing around with this for more because, you know, just look at this. Look how good this model is for a game that's, you know, over 10 years old. Anyway, there we go. Take on helicopters. That's the take on Hinds part of it. And there's lots of different Hinds you can fly around with. You can shoot the guns. There we go, but there's my fellow in there who's on the guns. Please don't fire now. And, yeah, nice bit of fun. And a nice bit of fun flying around the old version of Chernarus. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you again soon.